Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Piofiore 1926, and we are going to start Dante's Road. Yay, I'm very excited about this. And I remembered as I was coming in here and setting things, I'm like, oh right, they start talking when we come in. Look, 1 out of the 32 times we do this, I'm going to remember, and this one. So, we are going to start Dante's Route. I'm going to crank up the volume for you in the background so that you can hear what's happening. So just bear with me. I'm going to crank it up very loud. There you go. Actually, if I crank it up too loud, it starts to, I don't want it to get glitchy, but that should be loud enough. You need to turn it up to hear it better. And I'll stop talking.
まったくですよ。
彼女はあまり慣れていなくてな。お手柔らかに頼む。
おう、失礼。私はこれで。シニョーレ・ファルツォーネ。久しぶりだね。また会えて嬉しいよ。
パリス。そういえば少し間が空いたか。お前がよこしたワイン、屋敷の者と楽しませてもらった。感謝する。
それは何より。おお、今夜は彼女も一緒なのか。やあ、シニョリーナ。ご無沙汰したね。そうだ。後学のために君の好きなワインも教えてくれると助かるよ。
パリス、スプマンテを何杯飲んだ？今夜は随分ご機嫌だな。
ははは。マウロの再選はめでたい。いいニュースは久しぶりだ。このところ暗い話ばかりだろう？
ああ。市長にはまだまだ働いてもらわなくては。このご時世、俺たち寄りの政治家は貴重だからな。
先日も党大会でこの町のことがやり玉に上がったらしいじゃないか。我々も何かと意外。
That might have been a little bit too loud, but like, there you go. Everybody else's is kind of like, oh, this is like a little bit of back of like what happened in the last one, and I was like, that's not how this one's going, and no, it's not. This one just jumps right the fuck in, doesn't it? Jesus! Okay, well. Yeah. So, welcome to Dante's Route. This shit just, like, got intense very fast. I gotta adjust my volumes. Because, like, good lord. I had it cranked up so I could hear it. I was like, well, Jesus, I hope it wasn't blaring in your... Not that it's fine. It's fine. You can adjust your volumes. That's why I didn't talk, you know. Anyway. Space! As I unconsciously turned toward the sudden sound of gunfire... I love the fact that we get CGs right off the bat. This is beautiful. Like, look at his goddamn sexy face. Like, goddamn. Dante swiftly embraced me and pulled me behind a pillar. This is no time to get frisky, Dante. I mean, actually. What's going on? Yeah, that's what we're all asking. Look at her freaking dress, though. Like, the, like, ruffly sleeves, but, like, it's almost like it's got like a scarf kind of behind it, like just billowing edges, but then it's got like a freaking, or is it his scarf? I bet that's his scarf. I was like, what's with that freaking cool crest on it? That's his scarf. Never mind. We still have some like cool sheer little floaty panels. You know what? Clothes were amazing. Anyway, what's going on? Dante's gun was already drawn. The feeling of his arms holding me tightly against him made me feel strangely calm and slightly turned on. I leaned in closer to his chest. All around us, the venue was in an uproar. Still, the gunfire continued. Well, who's the target? Could it be? I anxiously looked at Dante, but he shook his head in response. It's possible they're not after me. I can't confirm the shooter's location from here, but based on the sound of the first scream... things had quickly devolved into chaos. The festive atmosphere from just a moment ago vanished completely. Assassination. His eyes narrowed at the sight of blood slowly spreading across the floor. I instinctively knew what this meant. With the peace suddenly broken, this was merely the start of even more conflict to come. I mean, Jesus. The last route, we woke up in bed with Nicola getting engaged, pretty much. I mean, sure, he kind of asked and we didn't take him seriously, but... For fuck's sake, Dante! Jesus! What the hell? Well, welcome to Adventure Town. Like, good God. So... Sorry. I'm just getting our guide set up and ready for when we need it. Now there's birds chirping. I woke up to the sound of birds chirping. Yeah. I was at the Falzone family's manor. What was once a guest room had become my own room to use as I pleased. It wasn't long ago that I was first brought under the protection of the Falzone family. Since then I learned two secrets. The first was of my special role as the Key Maiden. The second was the presence of a sacred relic that lay here in Berlone. Dante's stern demeanor made me feel uneasy at first, but over time I learned that it was also he could protect me. I mean, he's like the marshmallow. Again, it makes no goddamn sense why characters like this became marshmallows to me. It's just the way we do it here. There's no logic! In truth, he possessed an innocent kindness that drew me closer to him. I ultimately decided to leave the church and live my life with Dante and the Falzone family. At least Nicola put a ring on it. Just saying. Nobody else has. I don't think Yang would ever have done that. You know? Did Gil? I can't remember. Like, God, we did his route so long ago. Poor Gil. And Orlok barely touches us. So, because, you know, good little church boy that he is. So, we basically just, like, moved into a church and raised orphans together. So, there's that. I never knew something like this would be in my future. It still feels somewhat surreal. I slowly sat up and got out of bed. I wonder if Dante's still sleeping. Is this like, are we going back in time? Or like... I knew I'd see him during breakfast, but my first thoughts always seemed to go to him. I got dressed and prepared for the day ahead. Oh, there's our precious Nicola. It was only breakfast time, but already Dante's expression seemed hardened. He and Nicola were reading their newspapers in the salon, neither of them exchanging a word. Dante, here's your cafe latte. Grazie, Space. You read anything interesting? Nicola looked up and offered me the newspaper in his hand. Alessandro Moro killed after re-election. The headline on the front page reported the assassination, with speculation on potential candidates for the mayoral seat below it. With the previous Mayor Moro now gone, we find ourselves presented with a list of fascist candidates to succeed him. Fuck. We've expressed our support to those we know on the town council who might be interested in campaigning, but... in the end, no one could be persuaded to run. And despite Paris being a viable candidate, his previous arrest record is holding him back. I thought it was already proven that he was arrested by mistake. Nicola chuckled and shrugged. I suppose the fact he was under suspicion in the first place is enough reason for some to find him unsuitable for the position. If the next mayor isn't one of ours, our current arrangement may be put into jeopardy. The country's been gravitating towards centralization. However, a few exceptions, such as Berlone, have remained. Although, I never expected Mussolini to be so brazen in his ambitions for reform. Mussolini, an Italian politician and military officer. Benito Mussolini established the one-party dictatorship of the National Fascist Party. There's your history lesson, folks. I'd bet he has plans to wage war against us. I glanced at the newspaper again, noticing another headline that caught my attention. Bishop Rosberg passed away. Or Orlok. And that is a shame. And given his popularity, there were talks of him becoming the next pope. Isn't he kind of a bastard, though? I mean, like, seriously. I mean, like, I know, like, Orlok loved him, but wasn't he always... I feel like he was always such a bastard, but then there was, like, was it Gil's route or Orlok's route? Where it was like, oh, he's actually... Why is he being nice? Why do we like it? Wait, what? You know what I mean? Were there just routes where we just were like, oh, okay, he seems shady, but I don't know. And then other ones where you're like, nope, straight up motherfucking bastard. And then other ones we don't know either. Like, you know? Or all I remember is just thinking he was a bastard. So, like, I don't know. That's right, Dante. You're having a dinner meeting with Gilbert tonight, no? But when I went to the Visconti's yesterday, he told me to tell you that he's looking forward to seeing you. Looking forward? Poor Dante looks sad! Why does he look sad? And he's like, oh. There was an obvious bitterness in Dante's voice, really because he looks sad. That man's been asking about you every time I see him, Space. Well, he did have me first, technically. In this timeline, where we're playing these games. Really? Yes. He says that, as a friend, he's concerned about my love life. Believable. Was he calling a friend? He's such a salty little pickle. Oh, I love him. Dante's brows furrowed with annoyance. Stop it. I love Dante. As my eyes met Nicola's, neither of us could help but let out a stifled chuckle. What's so funny? Nothing at all. Dante glared at Nicola's playful, teasing smile. Even though it was almost noon, Dante was too busy to stay for lunch and left the manor on business as usual. I was born and raised at the church and only became involved with the mafia last year. What I knew about the Falzone family was no different from the common knowledge shared among the townsfolk. Living here had opened my eyes to all the various matters they handled for work. Even something like a dinner meeting was for the sake of maintaining connections. It all made me wonder. Oh, okay. Alright, this think is just automatic. Oh, are we at the meeting? Gil again? As I waited for my business partner to arrive, I found myself once again ruminating on the current situation. Lately, the number of intermediary jobs we've been called upon to broker has been on the decline. The assassination may further mar Burlone's reputation, but would that be enough to affect our business? I didn't think so. The demise of the Lao Shu certainly brought change to the town. Okay, so Yang's dead in this one too. Maybe. You know, he wasn't dead the last time! But even then, it didn't have a direct impact on our daily operations. If that's the case... Excuse me, your guest has arrived. Come in. I replied to the casino staff calling to me from behind the doors. It had been a while since the Direttore disappeared from here. Oh, Henry's dead too, probably. His superiors were likely still arguing amongst themselves as to who would replace him. But it makes sense because, like, Henry was, like, trying to get us away from all this shit, and then we went to Dante, so it's like, no wonder he pieced out, but in other ones he didn't, so. It all made me wonder. There must be something more that I could do to help. I left the room thinking to myself about what I could do to support Dante. I like how it, like, starts out so fucking dramatic with an assassination in a restaurant, and then it's like, hey, what's up? You want some coffee? What's in the paper? Oh, yeah, that guy got shot. I mean, I know we're, like, a mafia wife, so we shouldn't be, like, about it, but it's still kind of funny. Like, I was like, do we flash back? No, it's the next day. Okay. I stepped out into the corridor to see a familiar figure walking toward me. Leo? I was humping. Oh, Sergio Jeremy? Anyway, one of the senior members of the Falzone family made no attempt to hide the frown on his face. Buongiorno, Signor Jeremy. I don't know if that's how you say his name. Jeremy. Something else. How the Falzone have fallen, allowing such a woman to live here and wander about as she pleases. Such a woman? Like a church woman? He grumbled to himself as we passed each other. I'm gonna need a sprite for him. Respond, say nothing. I would say probably ignore this bitch. Say nothing. Good job, me. I watched silently as he departed. I knew he wasn't going to like whatever I said, and I'm sure others in the Falzone family feel the same way. From their perspective, I'm just a common girl from the town that their boss took in. It was only natural that they'd react based on what they knew about the situation. That's true, they don't know I'm special. But also, common girl. It's like, your boss can fall in love with whoever the fuck he wants. It's not like he's a goddamn prince. So, like, why are they just mad about him falling in love with me? What the hell was that? I don't know either, bird. As I paused, another figure appeared from the end of the corridor. Leo? Hey there, Signorina! I don't know who Domenico is, but... Ah, buongiorno, Domenico. Domenico Giordani was one of the senior members who actually treated me well. Why can't these guys have sprites? He spoke to me with a wide smile on his face. The cannoli you made the other day was just delicious. Absolutely incredible. We know what cannoli is. They're fucking delicious. Tube-shaped pastries filled with sweetened whipped ricotta, often accompanied by other ingredients as a dessert. They're fucking amazing. Grazie, Domenico. I'm glad you liked it. Despite Domenico's gruff appearance, he had a sweet tooth. Cannoli seemed to be his favorite. I always made a point to praise the desserts I made. But I doubt that dessert making qualifies me to stand beside their boss in their eyes. You know what qualifies you to stand beside their boss? The fact that their boss wants you to. They need to shut their fucking faces. After parting with Domenico, my footsteps took me down a familiar path toward the kitchen. Okay, I'm gonna say Julia this time. I peeked inside to see... Oh, no, now it's Leo! What the... There was a part of me that, like, I was like, Julia this time! And I was like, if it's fucking Leo... Oh, dear God. How many of you have played this game and saw that comment when I was like, I'm gonna guess Julia! And you're like, wait for it? And you just knew? Like, I imagine that was quite amusing. Amused me. Every time someone came to me. Leo? Nope. Someone else. Leo? Nope. Go into the kitchen. Probably Julia. It's Leo. What the fuck? I know we just experienced it, but... Ah! Hot! Unbelievable. You're only gonna burn yourself, Leo. In a hurry like that. Nicola chuckled with a cup of espresso in hand as he and Julia looked on at Leo. So Julia's here. I wasn't totally wrong. Space. Your timing couldn't be more perfect. I just baked a batch of... Vandalines? Vandalines? Thank you, Julia. May I have one? Help yourself to as much as you like. Julia held out a large basket filled with them. As I broke apart a freshly baked Madeline... Oh, Madeline. Madeline. There's no N in there. Sorry, I can't pronounce words. Madeline. That, I was like, that sounds... There's something wrong about the way I was saying it. And that's because I threw in an N. But anyway. The air was filled with a buttery, lemony aroma. Ooh. Smells wonderful. Is this limoncello? Why, yes. I decided to add some after hearing your recipe from before. Really? Glad I was able to help, Julia. It suddenly occurred to me that I could consult with them about what was on my mind. Do you mind if I ask you all something? Nicola looks disappointed in us. Leo's just shocked that I would ever ask his opinion, and Julia's like, alright, I got this. Is there anything I should learn to be of more help to everyone here? Huh? Leo blinked, looking puzzled. I knew that it was a sudden question, but Nicola seemed to guess my intentions. Everyone? Am I correct in assuming that, rather than the Falzone family as a whole, your objective is to assist Dante? Well, yes, Dante was the reason why I started thinking about it, but... In that case, there isn't anything you really need to learn. All you should do for Dante is be here, awaiting his return with some freshly baked sweets for him to enjoy. I mean, alright. I'm a freshly baked sweet. Don't even know what I meant by that. I know exactly what I meant by that. I suppose so. Dante is too kind to ask for any more from me. I want to be of greater use than that. I mean, pretty sure we're good for some stress relief. Hesitant to push the subject further, I took a bite of my Madeline. It was light, flaky, and soft on the inside. The sweetness blended perfectly with the tart flavor of the limoncello. Well, now, I don't know much about these things, but Perhaps learning the subjects needed in this day and age would be a good place to start. Then how about accounting? Accounting? Oh, wait! Can we go learn accounting from Oliver? Oh, son of a bitch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dante. I'm seeing another man on the side. He's teaching me math. Why? Oliver is like the Kent of this game, where he's just stern, wearing glasses, and making us do math. I'm here for it. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just me, but I'm really bad with numbers, so if there was someone who could handle that for me, I'd be real happy. Dante happens to be good with numbers. Accounting-related tasks are his specialty. It does sound very much like Dante. Oh my god, why am I always in love with the math nerds? Thank you for your suggestions. I'm gonna think about it for a while. Like, Nicola's like, nothing. And Leo's like, accounting? And we're like, good suggestions. I'm gonna ponder over that. Do I do nothing or math? I gave them all my thanks and left the kitchen. Julia was very vague, like, learn something, I guess. Like, that's what I meant. But what? As I walked down the corridor, staring down at the floor ahead, just a moment, Space. Nicola? What is it? I thought I might lend you a helping hand and let you in on what Dante might need help with. Really? Of course. Or do you not trust me? Now, the reason I didn't say anything earlier is because... Nicola leaned in a bit, lowering his voice. Do we not trust Nicola in this one? I mean, I think Nicola's like, you took away my fucking Dante, but... Julia aside, I imagine Dante wouldn't be too happy sharing his weaknesses with Leo or the others. He is the boss, after all. You're right. We exchanged smiles, and Nicola continued. I mean, I don't know if she doesn't trust Nicola in this route, but I always trust Nicola. I mean, not like 100%, but still trust him. And I still trust that, like, if he's going to betray me, I'm not going to see it coming, and I'm going to be like, well, that's what I get for trusting you, but it's fine. You know. Dante isn't the biggest fan of English. He can speak the language, but let's just say reading long documents is another matter. I'm really good at reading English. I mean, not really, but probably better than Dante, so sure. English is going to be important in the future. After all, America's gaining momentum as a global superpower. Aside from that, when it comes to trade or brokering, contracts with other countries are almost always drawn up in English nowadays. What do you mean by brokering? Acting as an intermediary between parties. We get people what they want, and we make sure they pay for it. We deal in various goods and services, but most of our recent work is centered around land. The European demand for American land in particular has skyrocketed in recent years. Nicola gave a little chuckle. When you think about it, it isn't exactly the job of a mafia boss to pore over the fine details of an endless stack of documents. But being that our family's pride is in our Italian lineage, we're hard-pressed to find someone better at English than Dante is. I'd only ever managed to read short English fairy tales myself. Well, I am really good at fucking up English otome games. But when it came to novels, I always needed to have an Italian-English dictionary beside me. There would certainly be more technical language in the family's business agreements. But, if I did learn English, do you think Dante would let me help him? So long as it's something you're allowed to see, I can give you a book I used in my own studies if you're serious about this. Really, Nicola? Are you sure? I've gotten enough use out of it. Mind you, the content is geared more towards contracts and finance, so it's not fit for novices. No, that's exactly what I need. Thank you. It was precisely what I was looking for, and my voice rose up a notch in my excitement. Of course, I know I won't understand much of it at my current level, so I'll borrow some beginner books at the library to start. And once I've learned all the basics, I'll be able to use your book, Nicola. Good. And do your best. I certainly will. Thank you very much. After a second, I let out a giggle. What is it? I was just thinking how you used to be kind of mean to me before. I have to apologize for my past behavior, though I do still have my doubts about your being this key maiden. That being said, any precious friend of Dante's is an adorable little sister of mine. He's like, ha! Dante loves you, so I have to put up with it. Yeah, you do! Little sister? Nicola, my older brother. The idea never crossed my mind before. I stared at him for a while. Also, that makes going down his route creepy. Thank God we did this one after. Like, Nicola's like my older brother, and now I'm gonna fuck him? We've done worse. I'd always wished for a brother ever since I was little, so hearing that from Nicola made me feel happier than I expected. It is very weird dynamic, though, now. We're like, and now it got a little strange, but that's okay. And not only that, but I was honestly rather glad to hear you say you wanted to learn something useful. It shows that you're interested in doing what you can for the family, which is why I want to offer my support. Thank you, Nicola. I felt comforted knowing he was on my side. Not only Nicola, but Julia, Leo, and Dante are all on my side too. I need to do my very best so that I don't disappoint everyone who's been so kind to me. It would be kind of fucked up if Dante wasn't on your side. He is your lover, after all. I remember doing him in the first game, okay? I remember that. Some of the other ones, I'm like, did we sleep with them? I don't remember, but I remember sleeping with Dante. That's funny as shit. It's like one of the only things I remember. I'm like, oh, I remember that. I remember that scene. And I remember that CG from Nicola's bad ending. One of his tragic ending. I also remember, like, Orlok's tragic ending when Dante got a little inappropriate and wrong. I did some horrible things. But I'm just trying to let that go. Can't say I've been rubbing elbows with many politicians myself, so the matter of this election's a bit out of my jurisdiction, see? I reckon we're up against someone powerful enough to scare off any candidates you guys would be willing to back. We could ask Gilbert to teach us English, and then Dante will get jealous because we're hanging out with Gilbert, like Gilbert was jealous of us hanging out with Oliver because we were learning math for him. I'm just saying. Keep the cycle going. Yes, and what that means moving forward is that we won't be very welcome in Berlin. No, in this country as a whole. With the Lao shoe gone, I've been getting a decent amount of new clients. But I've also lost a lot of old clients from way back. Assuming you have too. Yes. We're fortunately still solvent enough to not worry about money, but I guess the days of the Mafia are numbered. This again. I felt myself frown. And Gilbert had been griping about the same subject ever since the new year began. I'm not attached to the Mafia name, so if we can't go on the way we've been, we're just gonna have to find another way. That's all. Well, enough of the gloomy talk. Let's chew on a more interesting topic, shall we? For example, you and the Signorina? You're asking about this again? About Dante is like, I don't want to talk about the Mafia's days being numbered. And Gil's like, alright, how about you and your girlfriend? No! Dante's such a whiner. Jesus. I love it. Lighten up, will ya? It's no harm in asking about a pal's love life. Unbelievable. I love how Dante's just more offended that Gilbert considers him a friend. It's not even like, how dare you talk about my love life? He's like, how dare you call yourself my friend? Oh, I kind of love it. In any case, there's no point in dwelling on the decline in client deals or the rise of the fascists. And times will change, and all we can do is adapt to those changes as best we can. It seemed Gilbert's unbridled American optimism was having some effect on me. Rather than worry over it, I should face any future challenges as I always have. Going down guns blazing? Perhaps. I'm just saying I need, like, the fan disc of the fan disc. After dinner, I quickly returned to my room. I set down a dictionary beside me and opened up Nicola's book. As expected, I was met with pages of words that I couldn't read or understand. Yeah. In fact, I couldn't even find most of the terms in the dictionary. This is not going to be easy. But I couldn't let this setback stop me. How the foul zone have fallen, allowing such a woman to live here and wander about as she pleases. I don't remember Sergio's voice, doesn't matter. The reason I wanted to do something was that I knew some were questioning my being here. I don't care what they say about me, but I don't want them to speak ill of Dante because of it. Oh, that's sweet. And I can agree with that. I would feel the same way. Like, you can hate me, but don't you dare fucking talk about Dante just because he loves me, damn it. I couldn't change my origins. I just needed to find a way to contribute, no matter how small. I'll go to the library first thing tomorrow. I should note down any words I don't know. Just all of them? I quickly stood up from my chair at the sound. The only person who would knock at this hour is Dante. I hurriedly opened the door to find the very person I wanted to see. Better fucking be Dante. Welcome home, Dante! Thank you. I came because I saw the light on in your room. Do you mind if I come in? Not at all. Please do. Alright, time for sexy times, right? This man doesn't make out with me right now. I quickly beckoned Dante to come in. You worked until so late today. I feel much better now that I've seen you. Oh, stop. Yeah, I was, no, and she's, same feeling though. The idea that he could say such a thing so easily made me break into a smile. Dante stared at me for a bit, as though sensing something out of the ordinary. Did something happen? Huh? His question came as a surprise. I've started something new. Nothing really. Did something happen? Nothing really. Or should we just be honest and say I've started doing something new? I feel like we should be honest. Ha-ha! Ugh! I've started something new. Something new? May I ask what that is? Well, promise you won't laugh. Promise? No, wait. If it's something strange, I may laugh involuntarily. I kind of just love that. He's like, I promise I'm not gonna laugh. He's like, actually, if it's weird, I might. Just throwing that out there. Like, how fucking straight up honest. Oh, Dante. It made me laugh to hear him being as honest as usual. I took a deep breath to steady my nerves. I've decided to educate myself. Educate yourself? In particular, about English in America. I see. If that's what you want, then do your very best. Thank you, Dante. I'll teach you what I know when I have the time, but don't push yourself too hard. Dante slowly moved toward me. He gently kissed me on the forehead. Damn it, you and the forehead kisses too? Stop it! It's late. You should get some rest. I don't want to get some rest. I want you to keep me up all night, Dante, goddammit. I will. Good night, Dante. Dante gave me one last smile, then left the room. Although I do love the fact that he just came, hey, I just wanted to see you. It makes me feel better. Kiss on the forehead, then leaves. It's like, this is adorable. I do like the fact that it's not like, all right, I had a bad day at work. Blow me. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you just came to see my damn face and give me a forehead kiss. And that's it. That's it. And I love that. You know, look, I still want to make out with you, but like at the same time, I'm still just, the forehead kisses are just like, no, okay, I'll take it. Because, okay, in reality, no, this is exactly what I want. Come and just say sweet things, give me a forehead kiss, and then leave. You know what I mean? Maybe cuddle with me for a while, but like, if you come, do me and leave. Like, I'm just not into that in reality. In the games, though, yeah, you know, I need more of my love interests. After Nicola's route, basically, kind of just, I don't know, it just wasn't what I wanted it to be. Good plot, but just the romance felt just for the most part, except certain parts were really good. You're like, yeah, this is what, and then it went away, you know? So, I don't know. Anyway, even from this brief interaction, I could tell how much Dante cared about me. I feel better already after seeing him. That's exactly how I feel too. I would assume we read these because we always do. Yes. Concerns and yeah. Concerns. I quickly made my way down the corridor after leaving Spacey's room. Julia. Why, young Dante, welcome home. Would you like something to drink? No, I wanted to ask you something, and do you have a moment? Oh, well, certainly. What seems to be the problem? It's about her. While I was out today, Did anything happen to her? She was acting a little different than normal.
Well, now, there were more senior members coming in and out of the manor today, so perhaps they said something to her. It's a rather complicated situation when a woman receives special treatment from a man.
I understand. Let me take care of this and...
Oh my, please don't you do such a thing.
What do you mean?
If she didn't say anything, she doesn't want you to know, which means you should leave her be until she asks for your help.
I love how Julia's like, don't you fucking dare! And he's like, what? Don't yell at me! He's like, what do you mean? That fucking Julia can make him cower. That's what he's like, huh? Look at me. Put the spatula away!
Women have their own battles to fight.
Dante's like, I don't understand. She's like, no, you wouldn't.
Don't worry. I'm sure you know well enough that she knows how to handle herself.
Yeah, do. Aw, I think it's so cute, though, that he's like, did something happen? And she's like, oh, your fucking men are douchebags. Oh, shit! I meant to click this at do beginnings, and instead I clicked A, thinking, like, I was selecting. Sorry. Ooh, kill. As soon as I picked up the receiver, the voice on the other end started chattering away. Something told me this wasn't going to be an easy call. You surely have reached Gilbert Redford, the Visconti. And who might you be? Is someone without the decency to save this call until morning, no doubt. You're looking for a drinking, buddy, I gotta say... What? Interesting. My desire to do better for the future was growing stronger by the moment. I went back to read my book, motivated to study just a little bit longer before going to bed. The next day, I walked over to the library after breakfast. Found a few English books at the beginner level and then had a seat at one of the tables. So focused I lost track of the time. I looked up to see the clock's hands pointing far past noon. I don't want to worry anyone, so I'd better head back soon. I signed out the book and quickly made my way out of the library. So fun learning something new. I hadn't studied like this in so long that it was somewhat challenging, but at the same time, I felt productive and invigorated. I feel like this game is bitch slapping me in the face, like, why did you stop learning Japanese, asshole? You know what I mean? Because it's just like all of a sudden you fall out of your routine and then you try, and then like, and also like things have just been very weird for me since like for the last like 6 months. So like, and oddly, the 2 years we were in freaking lockdowns with COVID, it was like those were the perfect times to continue doing my language learning, and I kind of just, because of that, because I was in a routine. You know, I always brought my books and everything with me to work, and I studied during lunch. You know what I mean? And like, and then you get where you're working from home and you're like, oh, okay. And at first when you're like, oh, everything changed. I gotta be home now. And it's like, woo, you run amok because you don't know how to handle that new normal, you know? And you think it's temporary. So you're like, it's like a temporary vacation, even though I'm working from home. But it's like, and the whole world's falling apart. But you're like, I get to stay home. As an introvert, that's awesome. You know? So you just kind of like put off your normal routine because you're like, oh, it's different. And then all of a sudden, you just completely fall out of your routine and then new routines. And then it's just like, and getting back to it is just so fucking difficult because you're like, I need to put myself into a new routine, but you're so stuck in now what is your current routine that it's like trying to break yourself of that and going back to, it's like weird. And then with health issues, it's like, I don't have time to do a lot of the things that, like, I mean, like, obviously, like, do this. I want to do this. I enjoy recording, but it's also a responsibility that I have. So it's like a second fun job. You know what I mean? That I don't get paid for, but, but I have fun doing it. So it's like, if I'm going to play games, these are the games that I play, you know? To put up on the channel. So then like I don't get as much time to play other games lately even that I want, and like I don't know. So then it's like I just have to find like new ways to fit everything in, you know? But it's like I'm just in a weird place right now with like the last 6 months have been extremely fucking difficult getting things done and like not having time because I get behind doing these. So like before it was like I had more time because it was like, oh, I'm ahead, so I can like just record a part or so today instead of like I gotta record 32 parts today to set, you know what I mean? Like I'm not as bad, but it's like one of those like I'm starting to get ahead. Like, okay, but I can't record for a couple of days and then I'm like, and if I don't do anything these couple of days, then by the time then I'm a week. I go from being a couple weeks ahead to being like, I'm like 2 days ahead. You fall behind very fast is all I'm saying. So all the health issues and everything are not helping me get back into a new normal. This new normal that I'm in at the moment sucks and I hate it. So like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to go back to the old normal. Not this one. I don't like this one, but I mean, I like the games that we're playing and I like that, but like all the other shit that's going on is like, I don't want to deal with that. I want to go back. Let's just backtrack a little. So like, I feel like this game now is like studying something and it's like, I know, I get it. I remember, because I've been thinking about it more lately, like I really gotta find a way to put that in and there's things that I know I need to do, you know what I mean? But I just haven't broken out of the crappy routine that I'm in to put in something better and more like motivating. So anyway, mean game. I hadn't studied like this in so long that it was somewhat challenging, as it will be. Changing is challenging. At the same time, I felt productive and invigorated. That's what I need to feel like. It'll be a long while before I can put it to good use, but I still... I was startled out of my thoughts by someone bumping into me. It figures he'd be in this, but he's not dressed like a priest. What? I can't even remember Teo's voice now anyway. I'm sorry. Are you all right? A young man with a gentle face apologized to me in a great hurry. Yes, you just surprised me, that's all. I sincerely apologize. I was a little distracted. Are you looking for something? Yes, I'm looking for Vesta Avenue, but as I've just moved here, I'm not sure which way to go. I don't trust him. I don't fucking trust him. I'm sorry. He seems so nice in this route, but I'd be happy to show you the way then. Fortunately, Vesta Avenue was on my way back. But when I offered to lead him to his destination, he looked somewhat guilty. Huh? No, it's fine. I was the one who bumped into you, and I don't want to be any more trouble. Vesta Avenue's on my way back, so it's no trouble at all. You can just follow me there. You wouldn't want to get lost in the back alleys, would you? Do you mean... this town's not very safe? It's not that it's not safe, but it's always best to be careful in any case. Then, if you really don't mind, my thanks to you, Signorina. My name is Teo, and yours? Takes a long time to keep his name card up. Wow. My name's Spacey. Spacey Adornato. And News Tide Story. Interesting. This is like the nicest first impression we've had of Teo. Every other one is like suspicious. Still suspicious, but less so. Another one got nabbed in Sicily again. They've all been low level, but that's 10 captured already. The age of Mori indeed. We better keep an eye out. Wouldn't want him to gift us a pair of shiny old bracelets. Thank fucking God he's not dead! I've been waiting for this moment since they mentioned accounting, and I was like, and then Gilbert's not dead. It's like, oh good! Oliver's making an appearance. I'm sorry, but like, the fact that they killed him in Nicholas' route still makes me mad. This Leo and Oliver dying are the most unjustifiable things, and I know Leo actually did die. Whose route was that in? Wasn't in Gilbert's. Was it in Orlog's? Whose route? It was one of the bad endings, though. I don't think it was in the main ending. But still, these two do not deserve that. God damn, I don't know why I fucking love Oliver so much. He kind of looks like a mouse. There's something about him that's slightly mousy. You know what I mean? Like, if you put mouse ears on him and was like, they're anamorphic characters, right? You'd totally fucking believe it. But yet, I love him to death. I don't know. Like, anyway. Was that Dante Falzone on the phone? I don't remember his voice either. Yeah. Oliver had been silently waiting for our conversation to finish. So, what is it? You got something for me? Gerlandio's messengers come to visit. Oh, was Raoul the one who called him the other night? Well, isn't he in a hurry? Indeed. Gilbert, no matter what happens, I will do whatever I can to protect you and the family. Including die at the hands of Yang and Nicholas. Don't. I could hear Oliver searching for the truth, so I spoke plainly. My job's to secure the livelihoods of our men and their families. If we want to survive, we got no choice but to accept Gerlandio's proposal. And he will resort to force if the Visconti doesn't accept his terms. If that happens, the casualties will extend beyond us and affect Berlin itself. Damn it, what to do? If you're siding with Raoul, that sounds like you're going against us, Gil, and I don't like where this is going. Because I don't want Dante to have to kill Oliver. If he has to kill you, that's on you. But if he has to kill Oliver, I'm going to be mad at you, Gil. Just throwing it out there. Anyway, my name's Spacey. Spacey Adornato. Oh, what a lovely name. It suits you perfectly. Theo gave a friendly smile. Dante and I were the only ones at dinner tonight. Nicola had to attend an important meeting, and Leo accompanied him as backup. I visited the library today to study. It was a bit tiring, but really fun. You're quick to action, aren't you? And tell me, why learn English now? Well, I felt reluctant to tell Dante at this stage that I was studying to help him with his work. There's an English book I want to read. It hasn't been published in Italian yet. There's a ton of Japanese Otome games that I wish I could read that are never going to get localized. Legit. I see. Suddenly, excuse us, boss. Several high-ranking members of the Falzone family stepped into the salon. Dante was unfazed by their sudden visit and quietly looked over at them. I don't recall having plans to meet you here tonight. We were told you were in, but do you have more important matters to discuss? As he spoke, he glanced at me. His derisive, unfriendly expression was no different from before. Boss, we came here tonight because we wanted to talk to you about the family's future. We know you've done all you can ever since you took the helm, which is why we're hoping to help lighten your load. What are you trying to say, Donato? Dante's demeanor made the other members tense up. I continued to watch silently. The family isn't in a great position right now. These are difficult times, and I'm sure it can be quite stressful for a young man of your age to lead our organization. I'm certain our underbosses have been providing us support. But boss, we wanted to give our advice to you while we still can. We'd like to suggest you appoint a trusted member to help run things for you until the situation settles down. I like how all of a sudden it's like, it's because you're not good at this. Rude. Dante let out an exasperated sigh. So this is the reason you interrupted my dinner? But boss! Dante glared at the senior members. What should I do? Invite them to dinner. Excuse myself. Invite them to dinner! Girl, no. That's so dumb. Excuse yourself. Yeah, okay. I was like, invite them to dinner. That is not winning you any favors with anyone in this room. Dante, allow me to excuse myself. Space. Everyone's worried about the family, and I don't want to get in your way. Talking could help alleviate their concerns. I had a feeling I'd only make matters worse by insisting on staying here. He looked sad. He's like, why are you leaving me? I think it's a good idea for you to spend time with them. I can always have dinner with you again another time. There's no need for that. The firmness of Dante's reply prevented me from standing, and he directed his attention toward his men again. If you wish to discuss business, first set an appointment to see me at an appropriate hour. But boss! However, you're fortunate tonight. I have some time available, so I'll speak with you all after my meal. Thank you very much, boss. Without another word, they nodded and left the salon. I was back in my room after dinner. Dante must already be talking to them about now. I couldn't stop thinking about what they brought up earlier, but maybe I shouldn't be so worried. I'm sure Dante will be fine. He knows how to handle these situations. He wasn't the boss of the Falzone family for no reason. Yes, we absolutely. Of course, we do. I don't know why I check any time, but. Oh, you. I don't hate you, but where's Oliver? If you hurt him, I will kill you.
Nice to meet you, Senor Redford. It's a great pleasure.
Yeah, thanks. You must have been really itching to follow your messenger here. You know, there's this newfangled device called a phone.
Telephones can be wiretapped. I hope you'll consider this visit my way of paying my respects, Senor. So, do I have your answer?
Hey, you can't rush me into bed like this. What happened to giving a man time to think? Oh, Gil, I love you.
They do say to strike while the iron is hot. Opportunities are rare. It's up to us to seize them. Come now, there's no need to glare. I'm simply a liaison, and they are the ones eager for a reply. Of course, you're free to refuse. I will just inform them that the Visconti is uninterested. Of course, what happens beyond that is anyone's guess.
Gil, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. You said that you claimed that Dante is your friend and then you're gonna side with Raul? And you're gonna make fucking Oliver cheat on us too. Like, that's not nice. I don't like that. In other words, you want me to act as a puppet. Are you that dissatisfied with the family? Well, dissatisfied is a strong word. The next time you come to persuade me of anything, make sure you can properly articulate your thoughts. If, as you state, your loyalty for the family is sincere and you want to be of use, stop wasting time attempting to persuade me. I'd rather you demonstrate your allegiance through action. Is that something I can expect from you? Yes, absolutely, boss. Then we can talk again after you show results. I look forward to your contributions. Also, I looked at the men calmly as I spoke. He strokes the cat he bought for us, Carlo. Where the fuck is Carlo? Is that the cat's name? Do not attempt to take on more than you can handle. I would start with learning to recognize and respect other people's time. Understood? I go, he's like, how fucking dare. He wasn't the boss of the Falzone family for no reason. I'll just do what I can. I decide to continue studying the book I borrowed from the library. I just feel like these guys are pissed because they don't like me and they don't think Dante's doing a good job, even though it's like the changing times, it's not really his fault. But then there's going to be shit with Raul and this is gonna be a clusterfuck. It's going to be good, but a clusterfuck. After a bit of time, I began to feel drowsy. I shut the book and let out a sigh. I should get ready for bed, but it seems a waste since Dante's here at the manor today. It seems a waste. We should get in bed with Dante. I stood up from my seat and headed to the door. If it's not Dante, I'm going to be so mad. Do you have a moment? Yes, please come in. I always have a moment for you, Dante. My face lit up when I saw Dante, and I welcomed him into my room. There we go! I was like, where the fuck is our cat? Like, here you go. Carlo, you came too? Welcome to the both of you. My friendly white cat, Carlo, followed behind Dante into my room. Carlo jumped onto my bed and curled up into a comfortable position. He looked a little like Dante with his white fur and azure eyes. Is your meeting over? Yes, I'm sorry about earlier, and they should not have interrupted our meal. I responded, don't worry, honestly... This is hard. This one's hard. Because I feel like we should be like, don't worry about it. Like, it's not your fault. Like, you don't feel bad about it. But also, honestly, they're assholes. But, like, you know what I mean? Because, honestly, it's like, honestly, I've been having problems with them. But do we want to make Dante's problems worse? So I feel like she's going to say, like, don't worry about it. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Dante, you're the boss here, so it isn't unusual that people would come to you to discuss work. His expression relaxed with relief, but then he apologized to me again. Sorry, I know I'm abusing your kindness and consideration. There's no need to apologize. I could feel how urgently they wanted to talk to you. I mean, as the memory of what happened earlier crossed my mind, I looked down to hide my distress. It was as though they were implying that you weren't doing enough. Yes. You're a fine boss, Dante, which is why hearing them say that was just upsetting. It even made me a bit angry, too. Not that I have any right to be angry, but... No, I feel much better hearing you say that. He's looking at us with those bedroom eyes. Dante gently patted me on the head. See, okay, I'm gonna need a little bit more than that. You alright, Dante? Are you okay? Yes. From the very beginning, I've had many tell me it was too soon, that I wasn't ready to be the boss and to hand over the reins. Their suggestions don't bother me anymore, but hearing them bring it up in front of you riled me more than I expected. Aww. He's like, I don't want them to tell me I'm doing a bad job in front of my girlfriend. It makes me look bad. Aw, sweetie, that's adorable. And then again, considering the changing circumstances surrounding us, something like that was inevitable. In reality, the Falzone family is losing revenue, and dissension is emerging from the cracks as a result. I had no idea. Now that he mentioned it, I had been able to spend more time with Dante now compared to when I first arrived here. It made me very happy, but I guess I was the only one pleased by the changes in the family. I was embarrassed to not have noticed it sooner, regardless of my limited knowledge. Celebrate! Who's celebrating? Okay, Rui was for the Lao Shu, so is Yuan? Or is this... Oh, wait. Is Raoul working for the Lu Huanhu and trying to make a deal with Gil? That would make sense. I'm just going to read this as if we're Raoul, because weren't Raoul and Rui kind of like... Didn't they have a weird partnership thingy? Wasn't there something between them in one of the other routes? You know what I mean? Wasn't there something between them? Oh, anyway. Order whatever you like. Today's the day we celebrate new beginnings, Rui. I don't know what you mean by that, but sure, I'll have the priciest wine here. You have a taste for wine, Rui. At all. Figured I'd get used to it. Is that so? Hope this mission's gonna be easy. Well, so far things seem to be going according to plan. Right, Yuan? So it's Yuan! So, I'm surprised he's here with the Lao Shu being gone, but then again, it's like, well... You know what I mean? Because they didn't bring them back in Nicola's route, so I just kind of... I was like, it's probably not Yuan, but no, I mean, I guess it makes more sense that it is. Anyway. So, I figure I can finish my job quickly and get back to London. Do not take this so lightly, Rui. You will be stepping through Europe's back door. The Achilles heel of the Kingdom of Italy, a town ruled by the Mafia. I'm surprised. I mean, I shouldn't be, but it's like, damn, everybody's coming back in this one. Okay, alright, where's Eugene? Come on, you gotta bring him back. You gotta bring Eugene and Johan back. Come on. I was embarrassed to not have noticed it sooner, regardless of my limited knowledge. All this time I'd been living my life without knowing that an unstable future was on the horizon. I felt my heart wrench at the thought. The end. But literally, it's the end. Not of the route, but of this part. So we will pick up back here next time. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.